How is everybody doing? We're going to take a look at the Queen compact disc catalogue from 1986. These were catalogued as CDP EMI. I think they were released on the 1st of December 1986. A lot of people like these. If you look at the forums, things like Ultimate Queen or Queen Vault, there's all the releases, all the variations of compact discs that came out over the years. I think a lot of these were done from production masters that were second generation. I think that they used for vinyl. I think after that they used first generation. I'm not 100% sure. Compact disc was becoming very popular in the 80s, so bands were in a rush to get their catalogue out. I like these. I had a few over the years. I sold them, and then recently I got them all back again. As far as I know, there was 11 albums released, including Queen Live Killers, the live album. I've done as much research as I can, and I've come to the conclusion that the Works wasn't part of this series. The Works came out on compact disc in 1984 when the album was actually released. Kind of Magic was released on compact disc in 1986 when along with the vinyl and the cassette, and Live Magic was also released on compact disc in 1986, I think around December as well, when these came along. Now, Greatest Hits was released on compact disc in 1984, but going back to 1983, Elektra in the USA released The Game, News of the World, and Greatest Hits with a different running order track listing on it. So yeah, they do exist. I don't have them. The Elektras are pretty expensive and they're hard to get. A lot of people like them, but a lot of people like these because, number one, they're uncompressed. There's no noise reduction or anything like that on them. So we're going to take a look at them in closer detail and just see why you may want them, or maybe you don't want them. The catalogue continues as CDP even in 1989 when Queen signed to Parlophone. Now with these as well, all these discs will have EMI on the artwork and EMI on the discs, but in 1992 there was actually reissues of the 1986 catalogue. I guess after Freddie died, there was a demand for product, but these have Parlophone on the disc, the ones from 1992, because from 1989 onwards it's all Parlophone. The Miracle, Innuendo, Greatest Hits 2, Live at Wembley 1986, they're all Parlophone. So what happened in 1993, 94, the Digital Master Series came along. Now a lot of people hate Digital Master Series. Number one, they're louder, and a lot of people claim that these have noise reduction. Also in 1991, Hollywood Records released Queen's catalogue, the back catalogue, with some questionable extra tracks and remixes on them. These were done, I think, from first generation masters by Eddie Schreier at Future Disc. And then I think the Japanese remasters in '98 are based on those. And then there's also 2001 Japanese remasters. And then you have 2004 version of those as well. Same masters. They were the mini LPs. And then 2011 we have the Bob Ludwig remasters. They're very loud. Some people love them. I like them. I think there's nothing wrong with them. They're fine. They definitely tidy up the older albums a bit better than the earlier production stuff. But we're going to take a look at these now and get on with the show. First Queen album, Queen. I actually like the cover on this one. You know, it's pretty cool. The USA cover was different. It's kind of more burgundy. Also has the old EMI round label here from the 70s. There's also a mistake on this one. It says Queen 1. That's an error. Typically what we see on these CDP albums is EMI and then the year of the album, whereas the Digital Master Series is neither 93 or 94. The discs on these ones vary as well. Some are Swindon, UK, some are from Holland, some are from Italy, some are from Germany, things like that. Artwork is, you know, just more or less copied from the vinyl and stuff like that, and you got the spiel about compact disc and stuff. AAD as well as on it, the bars code. Again, I'm not sure who actually remastered these, but the Complete Works was a vinyl box set from December 1985, and that was digitally remastered. Mac did a lot of them at Sterling Sound, I think, in New York, but it also mentions Peter Vence and Peter Mew. But there is no information on these discs as to who did any type of tape transfer or anything like that. But yeah. Now, as you can see up here, this is a Parlophone. Very easy to make the mistake, but it's still got the same box. You know, it was an error I actually did when buying it. But it's definitely not part of the Digital Master Series because it says it on those. So if you are buying them and you want, EMI should be up here, but it's the same thing. As far as I know, there is no difference. Yeah, it just sounds, the volume as well is lower than most of the CDs that came after it. The Digital Master Series is much louder. So that's next up is Queen 2. Again, we've got EMI. EMI on the disc. And again, like, you know, the there's nothing special, you know what I mean? It's pretty basic stuff. No lyrics. I think they added them for the Digital Master Series. This doesn't sound fantastic on this compact disc. I think the Bob Ludwig is definitely the best. It just kills it. It just really brings this album to life. What I've noticed over the years is that side 1, even on vinyl, is slightly duller than side 2. For some reason, I don't know what that is. It's something to do with the production master for the dampers for vinyl. I'm not 100%. Maybe it's the master tape. I don't know. Next up is Sheer Heart Attack. These are quite pleasant to listen to, you know. I like them, you know. EMI. Again, this one has Parlophone on the disc because it was a mistake I made when I was buying it. I actually overlooked it. Yeah. This one was made in Austria. I don't think there's anything too special inside here. Yeah, the lyrics are in this at least. Yeah. I had an original. I had an EMI of this back in 1991. I got rid of it. I don't know why I sold them. I just don't know. I thought, yeah, I did some silly things over the years. Now the opera. Now, I had an original of this one time as well. I bought in 91, but I don't think this sounds great, to be honest with you. The original EMI, the CDP, I mean, I think it sounds a little bit distorted. Again, the Ludwig is much better. Much better. Again, you just get the lyrics and stuff like that. It's got the images from the vinyl inner sleeve inside here. But yeah, I found this to be, even when I bought this back in 91, I always found it to be quite distorted. I'm not 100% sure why, but it's not fantastic really. There are better versions, and I think that the Ludwig one is excellent. You can feel everything in the band. It's just a bigger sound. And the races. Now this one is a bit messed up because somebody made an error mastering it. In some versions, I think, Tie Your Mother Down, the intro to it, the infinite organ type thing, or the harmonic guitar, is classed as track 1, and then there should only be 10 tracks on the album. But what they've done in this particular version is You Take My Breath Away has a kind of a coda on it after the piano fades out. It's about 20 seconds or 30 seconds. But what they did accidentally here in the mastering is when you press track 3, that's the coda comes on before Long Away starts, and it's a disaster because it's just a big mistake. It was rectified on the Digital Master Series. So yeah, there we go. I love Races. It's a great album. Opera and Races are brilliant. I don't know. I find myself, if I always have a choice, I kind of nearly go for Races. You know, I just love that album. Next up is News of the World. Again, lovely. CDP. The Digital Master Series has this horrible red flash going across the bottom, and they destroyed it. Yeah, I listen to this. It's quite nice. I like it. A lot of people like this. They say it's one of the best sounding ones. You know, these are pleasant to listen to. They don't kind of grind on your ears and stuff like that. Like the Ludwigs are incredibly loud, and so are the Digital Master Series. I think the Digital Master Series didn't really do much to enhance the Queen experience, to be honest with you. You know, they just remastered them, and that was it. They just chopped them out, I think. Jazz. This sounds great. I really like this, because this album on vinyl, even, I find that the bass is quite thin, and I find that the cymbals on it are very harsh sounding. It was the last Roy Thomas Baker production with Queen. Yeah, it's good. Let Me Entertain You. There's an error here. It should be, I don't know, 3 minutes and I don't know how many seconds anyway, but it just says 3.1, so it's a mistake. But this does sound fantastic. It really does. This is definitely worth getting your hands on. In this version, it does not have lyrics, and it does have nothing of the nude poster, unfortunately. So that's not much good. Next up is Life Killers. Now, this originally came in the fat box, but this is a slim double. It's very strange, and I can't seem to find it on Discogs or anything like that. And it's not a bootleg, because that's the way the fat box was as well. The catalogue number was on one of the spines. Yeah, no track listing on the back, and then track listing was on the inside, and the double disc again, EMI on the disc. I was going to buy the fat box version, but I thought, what's the point? You know what I mean? I have 3 or 4 copies of this in all different guises. You know, so I don't really need it. You know, I like Live Killers. It's enjoyable. I know people like to hate it and whatever, but it's a good snapshot of the band back in '79. Next up is The Game. This is the one with the wrong cover on it. Deacon's Bike It is fully visible, whereas on the original vinyl LP sleeve, he's kind of turning sideways and you can't see as much of the t-shirt. This photograph was used for Crazy Little Thing Called Love single. Now, this sounds fantastic. This version, you can crank it way up, it's lovely. But The Game was a departure. It was kind of a stripped back, sleek pop affair. It was big in the States. It was kind of pushed Queen into the 80s with a bang. You know, again, on the inside, Freddy's got a new look. A lot of fans were shocked. He did go for that macho look. But it's the first Queen album with a synthesizer on it as well. The synthesizer. Yeah, that's it. The Game. Next up is Flash. This one is something you play once a year, maybe once every 2 years. Yeah. EMI. Some nice bits on it, but it's, you know, it's the kind of, oh, look at this. Oh, good heavens, what's happening? It's actually, booklet is jammed completely. See, like, there's one thing about jewel cases, they really buzz the hell out of me. Look at that. Oh, it's pretty bad now, isn't it? How did that happen? Yeah. I like the kind of very minimal stylistic artwork. There you go. That's Flash. And finally, Hot Space. This just came in the post today, actually. Sounds fantastic. I love it. Here's a mistake on this as well. There's no track time for Cool Cat or Under Pressure. Cool Cat as well recently has got a bit of a revamp. I think it was used in an ad for Amazon, and it ended up with 25 million views. So yeah, there you go. It's Hot Space. I love Hot Space. I think it's a great album. Great fun. Very, very good. If you're a fan. So that's the catalogue. And as you can see here, in this poster from 1987, it says a collection of 11 albums. So the works definitely wasn't included in this. I've checked and checked and checked, and I still can't see it anywhere. So this was the back catalogue on EMI, CDP 1986, and yeah. So just to throw a spanner in the works, continuing the CDP, the greatest hits was made in Japan, this one, for EMI, and this was actually the first compact disc I ever bought. And then talking about the spanner in the works, this is the works from 1984, also CDP, made in Japan. But there is no mention of this being released on the 1st of December 1986. So this hasn't even got a barcode on it. I think continuing to 1986, we have Kind of Magic. This is German, made in West Germany. And this is lovely with the black and the silver on the disc. It looks fantastic. It really is nice. It's almost like a reverse image of the originals that you see. Yeah. And finally, taking us to the end of CDP. Well, it does continue with the Miracle, but that's Parlophone, so I'm going to leave it at that. It's Live Magic. And that one is made in Holland. So there you go. There you have it. That's my best shot at going through the CDP Queen albums. Certainly if you're a collector, they're nice to have. It's worth tracking them down. They're not that expensive. You know, Hot Space can be quite expensive, and the game, they're pretty sought after. People like them. They sound good. Other than that, yeah, there's just like lots to get your teeth into when it comes to Queen. There's so much to collect. And if you have any information on these, could you just write in the comments below or send links and stuff like that. But I've been researching these for maybe 2 or 3 weeks. Going on to Steve Hoffman forum and all that kind of stuff, and I've just kind of exhausted myself doing it. All I know is that the catalogue was, they are the first incarnation of the Queen catalogue, EMI, and we all know that, but it's just a little bit of a minefield. There's so much stuff after released in the meantime. So anyway, if you have any information, just let me know. So thanks for watching. Feel free to subscribe and take care.